OpenAI is hemorrhaging talent, and the latest to leave is none other than CTO Mira Murati, the mastermind behind some of its most groundbreaking innovations. As top executives rush for the exits, including the key figures behind ChatGPT and GPT-4, one has to wonder, can OpenAI hold it together, or is this the beginning of its unraveling? Amid sky-high valuations and billion-dollar paydays, the real question is whether Sam Altman's AI juggernaut is bleeding out from within. OpenAI's top-tier leadership continues to see a revolving door of exits, and the latest shakeup has raised eyebrows across the tech world. Among the departing leaders is Mira Murati, the company's chief technology officer, who has been a pivotal force behind some of OpenAI's most iconic innovations, including ChatGPT and DALL-E. Murati's announcement on X, formerly Twitter, that she's stepping away from her role caught many by surprise, but it's part of a broader narrative, one that suggests there's more going on behind OpenAI's success story than meets the eye. In her own words, Murati reflected on her 6.5 years at the company as an extraordinary privilege, but also emphasized that it felt like the right moment to move on. Timing, it seems, is everything. And this departure isn't happening in isolation. Along with Murati, Chief Research Officer Bob McGrew and Vice President of Research Barrett Zoff also decided to head for the exits. The floodgates are clearly open. Murati's role at OpenAI was nothing short of transformative. After joining the leadership team in 2018, she became a key player in driving AI innovation to new heights. Under her watch, the release of ChatGPT in 2022 sparked a tech arms race in the AI space, pushing OpenAI into the spotlight and igniting competition among major tech players. Her work didn't just stop there. She was deeply involved in the creation of GPT-4 and OpenAI's recent speech-to-speech and reasoning models. She even briefly took the reins as interim CEO during the leadership fiasco late last year when Sam Altman was temporarily ousted. But her departure raises an unsettling question. If someone as deeply embedded in OpenAI's DNA as Murati is leaving, what does that say about the company's stability? OpenAI has seen an alarming number of key figures leave in the last year alone. Let's not forget that chief scientist and co-founder Ilya Sutskever left earlier in May to launch a new firm focused on safer AI, and John Schulman, another co-founder, jumped ship in August to join Anthropic, a direct competitor. Even Greg Brockman, the company's president, is on extended leave. It's like the leadership team that built OpenAI into the AI powerhouse it is today is being dismantled, one executive at a time. But Mira Murati's departure is more than just a routine executive exit. It's a signal, a potential red flag that could indicate deeper systemic issues within OpenAI. When someone as integral to a company's success and direction as Murati decides to step away, it's natural to question the stability of the organization. Murati wasn't just another executive. She was the architect behind some of the most transformative projects OpenAI has undertaken. The fact that she's chosen this moment to leave, a time when the company is on the verge of a monumental valuation increase and poised for further market dominance, begs the question, why? Well, it's not unreasonable to speculate that her departure could point to internal discord. Consider the timing. Murati exits alongside two other high-ranking leaders, Bob McGrew and Barrett Zoff, adding to a string of executive departures that started with Ilya Sutskever and John Schulman. When this many people from the upper echelons of a company leave within a short period, it often suggests more than just coincidence. It hints at underlying tension, perhaps over strategy, direction, or even company culture. Murati's own words offer some clues. In her departure note, she emphasized that there's never an ideal time to step away. But she also stated that this moment feels right. That's a loaded phrase. Why would now feel right? The company is gearing up for massive financial gains, expanding its influence in sectors like healthcare and research, and dominating headlines as the leader in AI. Yet this right moment could also be pointing to something less rosy behind the scenes. Perhaps the company is straying from the mission that initially attracted Murati and other key figures. OpenAI, after all, began as a non-profit dedicated to ethical AI, but its shift to profitability, fueled by the demands of venture capitalists, could be alienating the very people who joined to create safer, more ethical AI technologies. There's also the issue of consolidation of power. With so many key players leaving, it looks like Sam Altman is increasingly taking the reins solo. Altman's leadership style, while effective in growing OpenAI into a $150 billion company, may not resonate with everyone on the team, especially those who are attracted to OpenAI's original vision. Murati's departure, in this context, could reflect discomfort with where the company is headed under Altman's stewardship. As Altman consolidates power, it raises questions about whether he's taking OpenAI in a direction that serves its long-term goals, or simply chasing short-term gains for investors. And then there's the psychological toll of working at OpenAI. Altman himself admitted that being a leader at OpenAI is all-consuming. And this intense pressure might be driving some of these high-profile departures. But if that's the case, OpenAI faces a significant problem. How sustainable is its culture if even the most committed high-ranking members are burning out? Murati's departure could be emblematic of a deeper cultural issue, a work environment that, while demanding high performance and innovation, may be driving away the very talent it needs to maintain its dominance in the AI space. Another unsettling possibility is that Murati's departure is symptomatic of friction between the company's mission and its business objectives. OpenAI's move to more aggressively court investors and chase higher valuations may have created tension between those who believe in AI for good and those who are more focused on monetization. For someone as mission-driven as Murati, seeing OpenAI shift further toward commercial interests might have been disheartening. If the company is prioritizing investor returns over its ethical foundation, that could be a major reason why someone so deeply connected to its values might choose to leave. This isn't just about one person leaving. It's about the cumulative effect of these departures on the company's culture, mission, and ability to innovate. Losing someone like Murati isn't just a hit to OpenAI's leadership, it's a blow to its internal cohesion. Can OpenAI maintain its forward momentum without the visionaries who helped build it? Is Sam Altman capable of keeping the company on track, or is OpenAI in danger of losing its way? Mira Murati's departure doesn't just leave a gaping hole in OpenAI's leadership, it also comes at a time when the company is making some serious financial moves. OpenAI is reportedly heading toward a staggering $150 billion valuation, and Sam Altman, who once claimed he had enough money, is allegedly set to pocket a 7% cut of that, roughly $10 billion. This shift, from Altman's earlier stance of not wanting an equity stake, has left many questioning where OpenAI is really headed. Is this still the groundbreaking research lab dedicated to ethical AI development, or is it evolving into a profit-driven machine? When Altman helped launch OpenAI in 2015, it was established as a non-profit, with the noble mission of developing AI in a way that benefits society as a whole. The company's structure was supposed to reflect that mission, prioritizing responsible innovation over financial gain. But as the years rolled by and the tech world realized just how valuable AI could be, OpenAI's trajectory shifted. The company began courting investment from major players like Microsoft and, in 2019, created a capped profit subsidiary to attract more funding. While this move allowed them to rapidly scale and develop groundbreaking models like ChatGPT, it also created tension within the company. The original goal of altruistic AI research began to clash with the demands of profitability. This tension hit its peak during the leadership drama in late 2023, when Altman was briefly ousted as CEO before being reinstated after an employee revolt. Murati was one of those who stood by Altman, even threatening to leave if he wasn't brought back. But now, less than a year later, she's heading for the exit herself. It raises an unsettling question. Is OpenAI shifting so far into the world of profit-seeking that it's driving away the very people who helped build it? Altman's alleged 7% stake in the company is emblematic of this shift. A decade ago, the idea of any individual walking away with billions from OpenAI would have seemed absurd, especially given the company's mission to serve the greater good. But now, as OpenAI looks to raise more funds and further solidify its position as an AI leader, the lines between ethical AI development and the pursuit of profit are becoming increasingly blurred. This isn't just a problem of optics. It could also have real, long-term consequences for OpenAI's viability. The influx of capital is clearly necessary for OpenAI to continue developing cutting-edge models. But with these financial moves, it's clear that investor returns are becoming a central focus. That shift might not sit well with some of OpenAI's core team members, especially those who joined with the belief that they were building something more than just another tech giant. Murati's exit, coupled with Altman's massive payday, suggests that the balance between mission and money might be tipping too far in one direction. If key figures like Murati, who were instrumental in shaping OpenAI's core technologies, are walking away at this crucial juncture, it raises concerns about how much longer the company can maintain its position as an AI leader. Sure, OpenAI might have a treasure trove of cash on hand, but without the brilliant minds that built its success, what good will that do? OpenAI's massive $150 billion valuation is impressive, but it's also a double-edged sword. The more money that's involved, the more pressure there is to deliver results. Results that often cater to investors rather than to the company's original mission. This kind of pressure can lead to short-term decision-making, focusing on quick wins rather than long-term innovation and ethical development. And if the recent executive exodus is any indication, not everyone is on board with where OpenAI is headed. The question now is whether Altman, with his $10 billion payout potentially on the horizon, can steer the company back toward its mission-driven roots. Or is OpenAI's fate sealed as another profit-first tech giant, fueled by investments and beholden to shareholder demands? With its top talent leaving, the cracks are beginning to show. For all its market dominance and financial clout, OpenAI's long-term future might be more fragile than it appears. It seems like Murati's departure and Altman's massive stake paint a picture of a company at a crossroads. OpenAI has the resources to dominate the AI space for years to come. But will it do so at the cost of its soul? The departure of key executives like Murati suggests that not everyone is willing to stick around to find out. While Mira Murati, Bob McGrew, and Barrett Zoff walk out the door, OpenAI is quickly reshuffling its leadership deck. Sam Altman wasted no time in announcing a new lineup, naming Mark Chen as Senior Vice President of Research and introducing new key figures like Josh Akiam for mission alignment and Josh Knight as Chief Information Security Officer. While this swift transition may seem like a move to stabilize the company amidst the chaos, it also signals another key development in OpenAI's evolving narrative. The company is undergoing a significant cultural shift. Altman's decision to promote Chen, a key player in GPT-4's public launch, suggests that OpenAI's focus remains squarely on scaling up its technology, ensuring its products continue to dominate the AI landscape. But it's the appointment of Akiam to oversee mission alignment that really speaks to the undercurrents of change. In a time when OpenAI is being pushed and pulled between its original mission of ethical AI development and the demands of investors in a for-profit model, ensuring that all pieces and culture are right feels like more than just a managerial adjustment. It feels like an attempt to reassert control over a company at risk of losing its way. What's particularly striking is how McGrew and Zoff frame their exits. McGrew, one of the early employees who joined when OpenAI was a small nonprofit, hints at a personal culmination, saying that launching the new O1 model was his capstone achievement. His departure, timed with OpenAI's shift into a highly commercialized, profit-oriented entity, feels almost symbolic of the transition from a mission-driven research lab to a corporate juggernaut. Zoff, who joined just before ChatGPT took the world by storm, describes his exit as a natural point to explore new opportunities. But in the broader context of OpenAI's leadership exodus, it raises more questions than it answers. Altman's quick moves to replace them with new leaders seem intended to project a sense of stability and continuity. But let's not forget, these appointments come in the midst of a valuation that could hit $150 billion, where Altman himself might be walking away with $10 billion. The question looming over all of this is how these leadership changes will affect OpenAI's long-term trajectory. As Altman consolidates power and oversees a massive financial restructuring, these new leaders will have to navigate the delicate balance between advancing cutting-edge AI while staying true to the company's original mission. if that mission still holds weight at all. With Murati's formal exit still undetermined, the CTO position hanging in the air, and a set of new faces stepping into key roles, OpenAI is entering a new chapter, one that might be defined more by profit margins than by the groundbreaking ideals it once championed. Will these new leaders keep the company on course? Or are they just placeholders in a rapidly evolving, capital-driven enterprise? In our next video, we discuss Taylor Swift's endorsement of Kamala Harris and the effect that AI might have in the American political landscape in the coming months.